A federal lawsuit claims the city of Biloxi is engaged in an illegal conspiracy to restrict short-term rentals.
Noah Noble is digging through the filing that also calls out a Biloxi councilman. So Noah, break this down for us.
Hugh, this 20-page complaint was filed by the company Airbnb and a Biloxi homeowner, Patrice Perillo. We'll talk more about the plaintiffs in a second, but first I want to focus on the allegations made in this lawsuit. Biloxi is accused of conspiring with the Mississippi Hotel and Lodging Association to restrict short-term rentals like Airbnb to boost hotel profits. Biloxi first restricted short-term rentals in 2016. Short-term rentals were outright banned in single-family neighborhoods and required a permit in multifamily residential zones. Biloxi also mandated that the Hotel and Lodging Association be notified about new short-term rentals. Then, in 2023, Biloxi capped the number of conditional use permits for short-term rentals to 75. Plaintiffs accuse City Councilman Kenny Glavin, who works in the hotel industry, of having a conflict of interest. Not only is Glavin the current council president, he's also president of the Mississippi Hotel and Lodging Association. WLX News obtained a copy of this letter written by Glavin. He calls these accusations troubling and flat out denies any conflict of interest between his council responsibilities and involvement in the hotel and lodging industry. Patrice Perillo is the second plaintiff listed on the complaint with Airbnb. She moved to Mississippi and bought a home in Biloxi 3 years ago. According to the complaint, she wanted to turn it into a short-term rental, but she says Biloxi prohibited that from happening. I reached out to Patrice Perillo for comment, but I haven't heard back yet. The city of Biloxi sent us a statement defending its short-term rental ordinance and saying the plaintiff in this case is looking to put a short-term rental in a residential neighborhood. It appears that Airbnb is trying to have no rules for the types of neighborhoods and allow short-term rentals. We also left messages for Councilman Kenny Glavin. So far, I've gotten no response.